Hello guys, welcome to the second video of my YouTube channel Web Wizards. We have earlier started HTML5 series, and in the first video we have learned quite a few things, and in the second part we are going to learn HTML tables and HTML lists. So if we want to arrange any type of data in our web page in the form of rows and columns, then HTML table helps the web developer to do so. If we want to arrange any related kind of things in the form of lists, then HTML lists help us. So how we will do so? Let's assume this is our web page, and in our web page we want to arrange any kind of data in the form of rows and columns. Like here we want to make a table of serial numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here there are subject names like maths, physics, English, chemistry, and we can also add the borders to them. That is another property of the table also, we will discuss it later. But let's focus firstly on the data of this table, like how we will enter the data to this table. In the table there are two parts that are rows. These are called rows, and there are particular cells in the table in which we have to enter the data. So firstly, let's say here is our HTML code, and in between we want to add some table. So we will start with the table tag that will tell our browser that from here we are going to start a table in which our data will be arranged in the form of rows and columns. And we can also add the properties like border thickness, border colors to it later using CSS. So here there is a closing tag of the table also, and here, like, if we want to, like, firstly here we want to enter these entries. As we can see, these are the heading to the particular columns of our table. Like first heading is serial number, second heading is the subject name, that is maths, there similarly physics, English and chemistry. So for the first row we will tell it that from here we are going to start one row, that is the tag tr. Like I will write it here, table tag for creating table. TR, the full form of TR tag is table row. So inside the table row, we are telling it that we are having some headings, like the heading tag of the table, like the cell data is th, that is called the table heading. And we will write it like th. Firstly there is a serial number, here we will close it to. Similarly th maths, here also we will close it. Similarly, like this for the physics, English and chemistry. After that, like there is another tag for a particular cell of the table, that is TD. The full form of TD is table data. Let's say we have already created the first row of our table, and now we are going to enter the numbers of the students here. Firstly, the roll number. After this block, we are going to create another row, that is for the student that is having the roll number 1. Inside that, here we can see there is the first cell of this row. So for that we will denote it by TD, that is table data. Inside it we will write 1 and we will close it here. Then automatically it will jump to the second cell of that row, that is this one. If we write here TD, and let's suppose the student is getting out of marks in maths like 100, then automatically it will put 100 here. Similarly, for the other subjects too, we will write TD. Inside the TD, we will write the content of that particular cell. Then we will close this TR. Closing TR means that is we are ending the row of like this row here only. Then after that, if we are adding any TR, then it will add the number of rows after that. Also, there is one thing in the table, we can add any kind of data, like we can add text, we can add images, we can add links, we can even put another table inside the table cell. So now let's try how the table actually works. Let's jump to the code. So here in the VS Code, for the boilerplate, we can directly put the, like if we are here, then we can directly put the exclamation mark and press the enter. Then it will give us the boilerplate as it is that we need. Basically, it's the shortcut for saving the time of the developers. There are many shortcuts that we will discuss later. And let's suppose we are going to make the same table that we made earlier. The table tags, closing tags obviously, then the table row tag. Inside the table row tag, we are going to make table headers. Like it is giving us this part, we are going to make this row first. So here we can see table heading. Inside table header, we can add firstly same table headers, we can add like this, and inside them we can put maths, physics, chemistry. So it has created the first row of our table, that are the headers of that the basically the headings about which the datas are entered. Like if I save it and then refresh it here, then so here you can see that the text of these headings are slightly bold, which like if we are telling the browser that these are the headings of our table, then it will automatically turn them like slightly in a darker font. Similarly, if we are going to create another table, like see, we have closed the tr tag here, and after that the browser will automatically know that from here we are going to enter another row. Suppose tr here, and now we have already entered the headers, so we don't need ts tag again and again. So here we will use the td tag, that is table header, and now we will put like serial number 1, and the marks he got inside in the maths, like here, uh, for using this td we are entering the data here, and using this td we are entering the data here, like in the second row of this the second cell of the same row. Suppose he got 100 in maths, he got 95 in physics, and he got suppose 89 in chemistry. As we save it, here you can see the data of the cells, the particular cells of that row in which we are entering are automatically reflected there. Similarly, we can also make another rows by adding more tr tags after that. See, also if we want to add the border to this table, then we can use the inline css. That is the basically this is a type of css that we will discuss later. Basically css is, as we have discussed earlier, css is used to design, like style the web page, how our web page looks good. Here we have the border property. Inside border we can add 1 pixel solid black. You can see here there is a border around the whole the table, and if we want the border around a particular cell also, then also we can add the similar css in the ts tags, like here. If we save it, see here is the border around our serial number also. Now let's suppose we are trying to make another table, but this time we want to add the headings in a different way. Let's suppose we are having some rows like this, and columns like this. This time we want to add the titles here, like for any heading here, and the content for that row here. So previously we studied that how to add the data in a row, like how to add the header tags, how to use the header tags if we want to put the headings here. But let's suppose we want to put the headings here, what we will do, similarly inside the table tag we will start table row. That is the first row of our table. We can see the first cell of this row is a heading, so we will put the th tag first, put the heading here, and then after that we will use td tag. Then we can add the content to the row that we want to add. Let's suppose we are putting it here like maths, then maths will be reflected here, and inside the data we are going to add 100, 98, anything, then 100 and 98 will be reflected like this. Then after that, when we are starting another row, like this is our first row, and now we are going to start this row. Inside that row, similarly, just like the first tr tag, we will put another ts tag here, because in the starting cell of our this row is also a heading. Then we can add td tags after that. So let's see how it is done in the code. Here, firstly, we will start a row, that is tr, and inside that tr, we are going to add one th, because the first cell of our table is an heading. There we can put anything like cars. After that, we will put another td tag, that is, we can say anything, Ferrari, another td, Lambo. We can add another td, that is Bugatti. Then we will save it. There you can see the first cell of our row is quite bold, and the rest of them are normal text. Similarly, we can add another tr text like this only, and there we can see the the first column part of our table are all headings, and rest of the cells are the normal content of the table. Another two important properties of table are call span and row span. Let's suppose if we want to merge these two cells and use it as one cell only, like if we want to erase this line from between and make it one cell, how we will do it? We will do it using call span property. What is call span property? Call span property tells the browser that inside a particular row we are merging, let's suppose here we are merging two cells. We are telling the browser that we are merging two cells of different columns here and make it as a one cell. Let's suppose we are having one whole new table. Here we will write the roll numbers of the students, and this, like this whole section, we will use it to put the heading subjects inside, and the rest of the table will be as it is, that we created earlier. Here we can put the subjects like maths, physics, chemistry, English, and here we will have the roll numbers of the student 1, 2 and 3. It is similar to the mark sheet that teachers used to have in our schools. They have all the data of all roll numbers, that in each subject how many marks they are getting. So here we can see the first cell, we can write anything here. The first cell we are having a heading, and after that inside this row we are merging 4 cells of different columns. Here we will use Colspan. Let's see how it's done. Inside the table tag, we will start first row, that is using tr, and then we will also close it. Inside this tr, that is the first row of our table, we will start th, that is the first cell of this row, and we will write any content in that, and then we will close it. After closing the first heading, we can see we are merging 4 different cells here. So inside this th, we will write call span property equal to 4. Remember, the number of cells that we are merging, we have to put it inside the double quotes. That is, we are telling the browser that inside this particular row we are merging 4 different cells, and inside that we can write normally subjects, and then close the table heading, and then after that we can start table rows that will come after it normally. Let's see how it's done in the code. This is the table that we have created earlier, and inside that, let's suppose we are making another row using tr, like the row is above this serial number, maths, physics, chemistry and all. The table row is here, and then we will add the first cell of our row. We can write anything, we can put a dot here or anything. The main thing we have to do is in this cell, inside this cell we have to, like here we can see there are 3 columns, maths, physics and chemistry, above which we want to put the heading subjects. So here we will add call span property, and inside this call span property we have to tell how many cells we are merging here. So here we are merging 3 cells, and inside this we will write the content of this cell. When we'll save it, here you can see the first row is this, and inside this the first cell is here above serial number, and after that above maths, physics and chemistry there is one single cell, that is subject. I will tell you by using the css properties. Here you can see this row is having all the different cells. In each cell we are having any content, and above this row we are having only 2 cells, and one cell, the subject cell, is have merged all the 3 cells above maths, physics and chemistry and used it as a single cell. Now if we talk about row span, then let's suppose here we want to merge these 2 cells. Like, I'll use different color to tell you. Like, if we want to merge these 2 cells, you can see these are different cells of different rows. Then we will use the property row span. Like, firstly we will put the table tag here, and you can see the first uh, like we can suppose we are making table like this, and all the cells are normal, but we have merged the first three cells of our column. Like we are having these cell in one column, but these are the cell of different rows. That's why we are using the row span property here. You can use the th property here. Inside this first th, that is the first cell of our first row, we can use the row span, and inside this row span we are telling how many cells of different rows we want to merge. So here we will tell it that we want to merge three cells, and then we will write any content. After that we will tell it that here also we want to th, here also the th, and then, oh sorry, the starting I forgot to put the tr here. So let's try it inside the code, then you will understand it better. Let's suppose I want to merge the first three cells here, the one, like let's suppose we want to merge this whole after the serial number, this whole column we want to merge into the one. So how we will do it? Firstly we will remove all the tds from another rows, because there is no use of it there, as we have already created the whole column like in a one go, as we are merging it, so we don't need it further. So inside this, like in this row, like if I save it, then here you can see our whole table is disturbed, because here we have used only three like the three entries, the three cells in each row after this row. So in order to tackle that, we will add row span here and tell that there are four column, like four cells of different rows that we are merging here, and the content we want to add inside it is one. And when we save it, here you can see all cells of this column, that means all cells of all the first cell of all different four rows have merged into the one, and the content inside it is reflected here, and rest of the table is as it is. Here I can also tell you the here here I can also tell you using the css, that is we will use it here, 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 here. Here we can put the css properties in order to see the borders. Here we can see in this column we have one cell, one whole cell, like for the row in which the marks are there, the first cell is merged into the one, and rest of the cells are as it is. Now let's talk about lists. HTML lists, as we have earlier discussed, that HTML lists allows any web developer to arrange the related items inside the web page in a particular list. That list can be started using the numbers, alphabets, or any bullet points. Like if we want to like earlier in our school days, also in the textbooks that we have studied, there we can see that there is any particular line semicolons here, and related to this particular line we have some pointers here like this: 1 the content here, 2 the content here, 3 the content here. Similarly, we also have another list like this using the bullet points: content here, content here, content here. So lists are actually of two types. One is ordered and the second one is unordered. With the name itself we can assume what it is: the list that are properly arranged using the serial numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, or A, B, C, D, like this. Like if the elements of our list are arranged using the serial numbers or in a particular order, then the list is called ordered list. And if the elements are arranged using the bullet point kind of things, then it is called unordered list, because the elements are not arranged in a series or any sequence that are denoted using these signs. So there are tags by which we denote these: the list are ordered or the list are unordered. So the first tag is OL, that is ordered list, and the second tag is UL, that is unordered lists. If we want to make one list like this, firstly we have following are some type of cars. So here, firstly using the bullet points: SUVs, sedans, coupes, and many more. So if we want to make this kind of list, then we can simply, like, this line will be entered using the paragraph tag, obviously, that we are not discussing here. But after this line, after this particular line, when we are starting this list, as we can see, this is the unordered list. So we will start it using the UL tag, and inside this UL tag we will, how we will enter these datas, we will use one tag, that is li. What is li? Li is another tag of HTML lists, that is list item. The item that we are using in this unordered list, the first item is SUVs, second list item is sedans, the third list item is coupes, and here we have closed the unordered list. Let's try it inside the code. Firstly, we will start it here like following are the type of cars, and after that we will start one, like we will break the line here and we will start one unordered list, and inside this unordered list we will use li for the first list item, and we will put SUVs here. Similarly, we will add another list items here, sedans. Oops. When I've saved it, we can see that, like, firstly, there is no need for this break rule, as it will automatically start it from a new line. As we can see, when we use the unordered list, the pointers that are denoting the content of the list items are denoted using the uh, bullet bullet list. And similarly, if I use OL in place of UL, then it will automatically be converted into the numbers. Now, is there any way to change the type of pointers that we are using to denote our list items? Yes, there is a way. We can use inline CSS properties to change it. Like if we are using UL here, inside it we can put the style tag and put list style type property. Inside it we can use different kind of bullet points like circle, disc, square, anything we can say. Like firstly we will test the disc. Disc is the same that we have used earlier. Circle, inside the circle we will get the hollow circles, and if we use square we will get the square bullet points. Similarly, if you are using ordered list, then there is no need to put the CSS styling here. We have one type attribute in which we have different kind of like ordered list items. Like if we use one, that is for 1 2 3 4 the numerical values, but by default we will get the numerical values. There is no need to put here. If we put capital A, then our list items will be denoted by the capital letters of our alphabet series. If we put the small a, then the alphabets will be small. If we put small I, then the the list items are denoted using the smaller Roman numbers. And if I put capital I here, then the capital Roman numbers will be there. So I think that is it for this video. We have learned many topics in this, like not the topics, but the two very valuable topics of the HTML5, that are tables and lists. Inside the table, we have learned the different tags, that are table tag, TR tag that is used to create new tables, the TH tag that is used to tell the web browser that this particular cell is having a header inside it, TD tag, the table data tag in which we write the content of a particular cell. And we also studied two major properties of HTML tables, that are row span and col span. Then we have studied list, inside which we have studied two types of list, that are ordered and unordered. The OL tag that we use to start the ordered list, and UL tag we start for the unordered list. Then for the list items, the content of the list item, we use li tag. There are many other CSS properties that we use to style our tables or list, that we will study inside our CSS series. So till then, Stay tuned and study hard. Thank you.